update on my current project. The top tyre's gone, the bottom tyre I've nearly emptied. Beyond ground level there. I've got to stop these weeds coming in to the level here. And then this is the second one I've started. The top tyre's emptied. This is the second tyre under it. Well, look at all these roots. These aren't loose roots, these are coming from elsewhere through the tyre, and not just at the bottom, they come as there's two tyres together. They've been coming through here. This is the second big barrow of root and empty snail shells. There's loads of empty snail shells within the tyre rim. Here's my little garden company. Hello Mr. Colin Waffles. And also this one, not that one that I did first, but this one, when I was digging it out, the tyre all round the rim, I'd forgotten we did this, we put all these rocks, so I've been digging those out as well, and that was so that we didn't have to fill the tyres up and waste soil going in the rim. But I have a new plan for these, which you will see. I'm updating you on my shorts as well of this project. So if you miss out anything, do go back and check my shorts to see what I'm doing up to date. So, as I said before, I've got more to do. The last three have got things growing in, and I'm sure we put bases under those. And my newest one, I did put a bottom under, which I think I've showed you before. I was just testing inside, but I put an old blue lilo in the bottom. So I think these have got underneath, I think I've shown you. I can see a bit of blue here of something, so that's got something. I think I did see something under this one somewhere, so I'll have to investigate. Don't know about this one or how far we got with that. So there are things growing, might not look it, but whether I dig these out or not, I don't know. This one's chilies that's finished, and then we have another chilli in this one. I think I might dig those out and put them elsewhere.
I need to get under this so I can put a new pipe in.
Little update on the tyre. digging out process. So a double tire's gone from there, a double tire's gone from there, and you can see I've pulled a lot of it out, but you can see how the roots are going all around the sides of the tyre. I've just started on this one, so I'm up to emptying the rim out and a bit in the centre of this one, and there was a lot of root in there. And then, as I say, I'm not sure if, I think that one needs doing, and I think that one needs doing, but I'm pretty sure these two have got something underneath. And that was one I moved over from the apple orchard where I dug out tyres, so that's empty anyway. And that is my third barrow of root. And what I've done now is, as I dig them out, I put them in a bottle as I'm sitting there. Then when that gets full up of soil, I sip out the stones before it goes in there. Then I put it in the barrow. When the barrow's full, I fill these bags up. So that's 4 bags, 4 sackfuls of soil from a double stack of tyres twice. And what I'm doing now is putting them over here when they're done. So that was the first set done, that was the second set done, just so I've got how we had them. Harvesting my leeks and harvesting some garlic. So I'm going to transplant these melons, the last ones I grew extra, into this raised bed, and I grew them a bit late really to grow them, because obviously this bed's melons. This was overflow of melons that I planted in a hugelkultur bed, and I really want to fill up the rest of this bed, so that's why I sowed these melon seeds late in the season, and they're going to go out now. I'm going to transplant them. I watered them first this morning to see if there's any roots. Yes, there's roots starting to come through. So always water things you're going to transplant just before you plant them out, plus water the bed or the pot you're going to plant them into. So even if you're up planting into a bigger pot, transplanting, water that as well, and then that gives them a really good start. So that's those all planted in. In Cyprus, shouldn't really have anything in little pots anymore. It's far too hot. So needed to get them all planted out. I will give it another water on top. And one thing's for sure there, that they will be fine with enough water. As you can see, I've got some paper I've been shredding is underneath all the straw as well, which is what we do with our envelopes and scrap paper and cardboard. We shred it all and add it to the hugelkultur growing method. And there is no soil. I grow without soil. Anything you see that looks like soil, as I always say, is my own homemade compost. And that is the concept of hugelkultur. No dig, no soil. So that bed is now full. And that is my no-cost pallet wood raised beds. And of course, from the melons when they grow, I will save seeds, which completes my frugal no-cost growing my own food. Had some further progress eventually. I've now dug up, there's a pair of tyres behind the wheelbarrow. Done a pair here, a pair here, a pair here. This one had something underneath it, not the blue you can see there, but it had this big amount of plastic there and this bit up round the side. And I thought, I'm going to do all of them anyway. These were the ones I said I probably wouldn't need to do. I'm going to do them all anyway for two reasons. One is I don't want soil in the tyres themselves anymore. I want to put bags inside and then the soil. And also, when I took this big bit of plastic out, you'll see it's got a big hole in it under the leg of the wheelbarrow. So just because I can see on the edge something underneath doesn't mean that they're okay. So I'm going to do these two as well, but what I'm thinking is finishing off putting all these ones back first, because these last two aren't in the way of if I put the others back, and I've run out of anywhere I can keep the soil. Plus these two have different types of chilies in, so it's going to take time to transplant them. These are flowers and these are bulbs that do transplant really easily, so I'm just going to dig those out. They just randomly grew between the tyres. I have found a couple of roots in the last tyre. These are the roots of them, if you haven't seen them. These are the roots. I'll link below a video all about these if you want to know what they are and more about them. I'll link that underneath in the description. So here is the soil from the last pair of tyres. These are the bags of all the tyres I've already done, so that's just to store the soil for now. And then here we have all the tyres that I have dug out. So all the tyres there. And then the one that I hadn't previously filled, I've just moved over there out the way for now. And then what I've got left to do now is dig out all this where you can see the roots coming through. I pulled a lot out, but you can see here how this was round the outside of the tyres, and then some was coming through some areas. So I'm going to actually dig this higher point away, and then the final bit will be, as I say, making this more flat, putting all the tyres back, putting bags in the tyres. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to grow in them now, and whether I keep these two as the chilies or transplant them into the bath where I've got most of my chilies now. That's yet to be decided.